Piper Show. I'm Piper.
I'm Pascal.
And we hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Today is the second day of March, but March is Women's History Month, so we're going to learn more about that. But before we get into that, let's roll our intro.
And that's a great question.
We celebrate Women's History Month to honor all of the amazing women of the past, cheer on the women of the present, to empower and inspire the women of the future.
You see, the world is getting better in the equal treatment of men and women, but it wasn't always like that. Women have always had to fight for every right we have today, like voting. Women had to fight for the right to vote.
For example, property-owning / tax-paying men were allowed to vote in 1789. All white men were allowed to vote in 1790. Men of color were allowed to vote in 1870, and women were only allowed to vote in 1920. We've barely celebrated 100 years of countrywide women's suffrage.
Or even opening a bank account. Women couldn't open their own bank accounts until the 1960s. So Women's History Month is a month to acknowledge the rights of women in the past who fought for and acknowledge the amazing women who have made a name for themselves in all aspects of life.
Whether that be in the business world, scientific discoveries or inventions, playing field, stage, or more, women can dominate any industry.
Exactly. Today we're going to highlight 10 amazing women who we find inspirational.
So here's our list.
So number 1 is Michelle Obama. She was the former First Lady and activist. Michelle Obama is an American attorney, author, and former First Lady. She was the first Black woman to serve as the First Lady. As the First Lady, her 4 main initiatives was Let's Move, Reach Higher, Let's Girls Learn, and Joining Forces. Michelle Obama now hosts podcasts and works as an executive producer on Netflix children's cooking show, Waffles and Mochi, which is set to release on March 16th. She also wrote the Becoming Me event with Girl Scouts of San Gorgonio. So,
next I'd like to talk about Justice Sonia Sotomayor. She was the first Latina on the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is our highest form of judicial court in our country. Justice Sonia Sotomayor was nominated for the Supreme Court by President Barack Obama in 2009. We're 13 years later, aka today, she still serves because this is a lifetime nomination and appointment, unless the individual justice chooses to retire. So, go Sonia Sotomayor.
The third woman we'd like to talk about is Juliette Lowe. She's the founder of Girl Scouts. We obviously couldn't highlight powerful and influential women without mentioning Juliette Lowe. Juliette Lowe was the founder of Girl Scouts, or should I say Girl Guides. She wanted to give the opportunity to get out of the house and get involved in the community and outdoors to women.
Number 4 is Mae Jensen. Mae Jensen is an engineer, physician, and former NASA astronaut. She became the first Black woman to go to space. The first woman is Sally Ride. And she got to ride and was aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour in 1992. In more recent years, Jensen works and collaborates with science initiative Science Matters, which works towards encouraging young children to understand and pursue agricultural science. Go Mae Jensen.
Chloe Kim. She is a 2-time gold medalist in the Olympic snowboarder category. Chloe Kim is a 21-year-old a Winter Olympic gold medalist for snowboarding. At the 2018 Winter Olympics, she became the youngest woman to win a gold medal for snowboarding. She won the snowboard halfpipe category, and a mere couple weeks ago in 2020 Winter Olympics, she won yet another gold medal in the snowboarding halfpipe category as well. She is now the first woman to win 2 medals in that category.
Woo woo! Number 6 is Vice President Kamala Harris. So Vice President Kamala Harris is not only our first woman as Vice President, but she is also the first Black and Asian person as well to be Vice President. But before then, she still had an impressive career where she served as Attorney General for California and from 2011 to 2017. And then after that, she went on to be California Senator from 2017 to 2021, where she is now our Vice President. She's the highest ranking woman in power.
Number 7 is Representative Deb Holland, the first Native woman Congress member. Representative Deb Holland is one of the first 2 Native American women to be elected to the U.S. Congress. Shout out to Representative Sheriff Davids for also being one of 2 Native American women to be elected. Representative Deb Holland represents New Mexico from January of 2019 to March of 2021 after she was sworn in as the cabinet secretary, which is also the first Native American to do so.
Number 8 is Selena Quintanilla. So Selena was a pop star and was one of the few Latin pop stars to make it into mainstream media. She brought Mexican Tejano music to the public, and she was considered to be as big as Rina Moreno or Gloria Estefan. Many say that she was on to become the next Madonna before she tragically passed away, but her story is still incredibly inspiring just because of how she was able to persevere and break into the music industry and become one of the most mainstreamed artists ever. Go Selena.
So, number 9 is Lucille Ball, executive producer and actress. Lucille Ball was an American actress and a pioneer in comedy. She broke barriers for women in the entertainment business. You might have heard her from her show I Love Lucy, which premiered in 1951. The success of that show went over to win 20 awards, including 5 Emmys, and created several spin-offs. That was scary! With her husband, Lucille went to create Desilu Productions, which has had other hit shows such as Dick Van Dyke Show and Star Trek.
Last but certainly not least, our number 10, who we are talking about today, is Sophia Chang, who is our current GS USA CEO. Of course, we had to include her. So, Sophia Chang, before coming to Girl Scouts, used to be a Warner Media executive, but on January 27th of this year, she assumed the role of Girl Scout CEO. Sophia Chang is not only the mother of a Girl Scout, but she's also a lifetime member and a member of the Juliette Lowe Society. During her time at HBO/Warner Media, she led development teams for advocating for women and diversity. She will also be our organization's first Asian American and Pacific Islander CEO. We're excited to see what she does in our organization. Yeah, those are just a few of our women in our lives that are inspirational. If you have someone in your life that you'd like to talk about, please leave it in the comments section below. Or you can talk about someone in the public eye that you look up to. Maybe they have the same career that you're looking into, or just you really like their story. Let us know.
A teacher.
A doctor.
An actor. Selena Gomez, my homie. It's true. She's just awesome.
She's a star. She really is. She raised the generation. Our generation. Okay, so thank you so much for watching today's Facebook Live. We hope you had a great time learning. I don't know where I was going with that.
We learned.
You can still sign up for camp, so make sure if you haven't yet, you do so, because we have a really fun summer planned, and we also have different upcoming events. So
don't forget to sign up for Whale Watching. We will be there. Super exciting. My first time ever.
It's gonna be so cool. It's also gonna be my first time ever. So, with that being said, make sure you check out our website for more exciting events. We will see you next Monday. Stay safe, stay warm, stay hydrated.